We are back with filmmaking. Let's see here. How is everyone doing on this beautiful 3rd of July? Actually, it's the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July for all my United States citizens and anybody who lives in the United States, regardless. Happy 4th of July. I already start hearing the fireworks coming out. So, hey, what's up, ONR crew? What's up, man? How you doing? You tuned in pretty quickly. It's midnight, 4th of July. I haven't done a live stream in like a week or so, and I wanted to, I have some time right now. I wanted to talk to my subscribers and just reconnect with you guys, see how you're doing, see if you're succeeding or if you're struggling. Maybe we can talk about some things, so I can be here and assist you and maybe tutor you for a little bit. So that's why I like doing these live streams. So let's wait a minute or two, wait for some more people to tune in. A lot of people are off. I know they're not working, so they should be up and awake, and they should be notified that this is live. Lord Ivos, hi from France. What's up, France? Welcome to the live stream. So I have some exciting news, guys. I went ahead and I bought a new gimbal just now, literally I think 40 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. I purchased the Zhiyun crane. For those of you who don't know, the Zhiyun crane is a gimbal for the Sony A7R, A7S, Canon DSLRs, DSLMs. This is a cool new gimbal. This is the version 2 gimbal. If you haven't heard of it, this gimbal went viral. Almost every single person I know has this gimbal, but me. And I'm going gimbal crazy right now. I'm trying to buy as many gimbals as I can because each gimbal I feel like has a different purpose. So as soon as I get this gimbal, which should be hopefully by the end of this week, expect a review video on it and some test footage. And that's something I'm looking forward to. This gimbal is going to be exciting. It's basically a pistol grip handle. So it's one-handed, and it's a lot smaller than my Cane TV Argo gimbal. So I'll be able to take it with me and be a little bit more discreet while I'm shooting. So that way people don't look at me thinking that I'm shooting a feature film for Michael Bay or something like that. Because I gotten stopped and, and it just, the confrontations I've had in the past with the Cane TV Argo gimbal were not good. So I feel like with this new gimbal, it's a lot smaller, a lot lighter. People won't really know what it is. People might just think it's a selfie stick, and I can get away with that. That's fine. Selfie sticks are fine. But, with the King TV Argo, it looks like a full-sized gimbal, dual handle and everything. And so it's a little bit more conspicuous. So when you're a filmmaker, especially one who shoots a lot in the city, just maybe some B-roll stuff, and if you're doing it as a hobby and you don't have money to pay for a permit, it's really important to be discreet. You don't want to attract attention, especially if you're a student. If you don't have money, I know there's a lot of you out there who don't want to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars on permits. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's not only because of permits. I mean, if you're in a crew, definitely pay for a permit. But if you're by yourself, you're just trying to capture some B-roll footage for your YouTube channel, I don't see why you should have to pay so much money for a permit. That's ridiculous. So be undercover, be discreet, and it's also for people's protection as well. You don't want people approaching you saying, hey, I saw you with a big rig and you shot me. Delete the footage immediately or I'm going to report you somewhere. So you don't want that kind of attention. So the more discreet you are, the better. In 2014, I did some undercover work, so like hidden camera stuff, and in editing I had to blur out everybody's face and stuff like that. But I've been thrown out of a mall. I've been thrown out of Santa Monica. I've been thrown out of a park in Malibu. because I didn't have a permit. So I've been caught multiple times. And then it's all because of me having too much gear, or at least the gear that I was using was too bulky and attracted too much attention. So be discreet. That's like the number one tip for being a filmmaker, especially as a hobbyist and you're going out and shooting. You got to be very discreet. So that's something I really wanted to talk to you guys about. But this new Zhiyun Crane gimbal, let me show you a picture of it right now. Can I send pictures through chat? No, I can't. But I can send you a link to it. Zhiyun Crane. I'm going to send you a link to a picture of it so you guys can take a look at what this gimbal looks like. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it looks just like a selfie stick, basically. You know, here's a picture of it. And check it out. Lord Ivos is saying, I had a lady to tell me to delete pictures of her and her bike in Sweden when I was walking. Hyperlapse. Completely destroy the internet. Yeah. What were you using? Were you just using, were you using a gimbal? Like, how big was your setup? Yeah, so I mean, how big was your setup? I feel like that's pretty, you know, that's pretty gnarly. I would hate it for somebody at the end of my shoot to say, delete my photos. And I've had that happen to me before. Howlin Wolf is asking, am I gonna get the Smooth Q2? No, I'm not actually. I don't really need a gimbal for my iPhone. I just never needed had a use for it. I had the DJI Osmo, which was close enough, and I ended up selling it. So I don't think I would buy the Smooth Q. I would want to have a professional camera on a gimbal. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How about 5100? Leon, I'm kind of confused by your question. What do you mean by 5100? Crew is asking, but the price is so much. You know what? With enough, so the going price, the MSRP for the Zhiyun Crane right now is $649. Guess how much I found it for? This is a little dirty secret I have. I found it for $516, including shipping. Brand new version 2. $516, guys. I'm saving $33. It's a lot. If you do enough research, you'll find it for dirt cheap. And in this case, I saved me over $100, well over $100. So I was pretty happy with that. It's not the Crane M. This is the Crane. This is the full-size gimbal. This is the maximum payload, I think, of 4.5 pounds. And it has, so it's the version 2. It has a quick release system. The button placement is different. You know, it's a little more ergonomic, so it's a lot easier to you know, without looking at the buttons, to press the buttons, and you can focus more on framing and all that other good stuff. So ergonomics and the quick release feature. Those are the only two differences between the version 1 and the version 2. Motors are exactly the same. Firmware upgrades will be exactly the same. So if you have the version 1, don't be jealous. There's no need to be. So yeah. And then once I do my review video on the Zhiyun Crane, I'm going to compare it to the CameTV Argo. I'm not going to compare size because we both know the Zhiyun Crane is going to win when it comes down to size. However, I am going to compare it when it comes down to stabilization. But the looks of the footage that I've seen on YouTube from the Zhiyun Crane is phenomenal. I would say it's just as good as the CameTV Argo. Now, I did notice that a lot of people have been asking me questions on, you know, gimbal specifically, like, why isn't my gimbal footage flowing? So I've seen a lot of YouTube videos online so far of people using the Zhiyun Crane, CameTV Argo, other CameTV gimbals, and just gimbals in general. And they think that as long as they pick up a gimbal, their images are going to be smooth. That is absolutely not the case. just like anything else in life, don't expect something to do the work for you. So I have a training video on how to properly use a gimbal, and that training video is on my YouTube channel. Watch it, and you'll learn how to properly control doing pans and how to walk with a gimbal. There's still a big learning curve. Just because it's electronic and the computers are doing all the calculations for you and all that stuff, doesn't mean that you're going to get smooth footage. You as an operator have to, you have to work with the gimbal. The gimbal does maybe 70% of the work. The other 30% comes from the operator. So I've seen such bad footage on YouTube on the Zoom Crane and on the KMTV Argo and on these other gimbals as well. The new gimbal from Pilotfly, the H2 445, that's a phenomenal gimbal. And I was shocked to see so many bad YouTube videos on that gimbal. Hopefully, that gimbal will become a little bit more popular. It's very expensive, 1,100 euros, which means it's probably around 1,250 bucks American. It's very expensive. That's as much as the KMTV Argo, basically. And I think it's a little bit overpriced, in my opinion. But I feel like that a lot of people who are using gimbals right now are overestimating what they can do. And that's a very big problem. Never overestimate. Always underestimate and be able to compensate for that. All the gear that I have before I bought it, I've underestimated in some sort of way. So obviously, underestimating is usually better than overestimating. That way you have some sort of a safe zone and you're able to find that compensation once you get that gear. So with the KMTV Argo, I underestimated. I was still scared that I wouldn't get the proper footage, the proper stabilization, but I knew that coming in. So when I got it and I fiddled with it, I eventually was able to get unbelievable footage with the KMTV Argo, and I couldn't have been happier with it. So don't forget that just because it's electronic, don't expect it to do the work for you. You have to put in the work yourself. You have to understand that there's a lot involved. The way you hold your arms, the way you pan, the way you tilt, the way you walk, and in some cases, even the way you breathe. Yes, the way you breathe. Some of us, when we get tired, we take a breath and then our arms start to move, and that actually can affect the gimbal, believe it or not. So sometimes during a shot, I will take a deep breath, hold it in, and it sounds weird to me, but I'm telling you right now, that's the case for me sometimes. Sometimes I'm so focused I forget to breathe, and I feel like my shots come out better that way. I also, when I'm using a gimbal, I can't have anything on my shoulders, like for example a backpack. It just gets in my way. I have to have nothing on my shoulders. That way I have all the flexibility in my arms and I can just do the things that I want to do. Howlin Wolf is asking about any specific products I would stay away from. At the moment, I would stay away from, I hate to say this because I feel like they've changed, but right now I would say stay away from Flycam. I got their Flycam 2000, I believe it was, when it came out in 2011 or 2012. I returned it the next day. It was just absolute garbage. I would also stay away from the Optica SteadyVid Pro. But then again, these were years, this was years ago. I'm sure that the quality control's changed since then. Flycam went from India to Canada. That, I know, I don't know if that did anything to quality control, but they must have moved for a reason. And quality control, I'm sure, was one of those problems. Leon is asking how to get stronger arms to use a Glidecam. So, for those of you who are tuning in, this is a very good question. I actually have a shoot coming up. I'm going to be showing you how to train your arms for a Glidecam. So it's going to be a Glidecam workout. There is nothing like this on YouTube right now. I've developed a specific workout for Glidecams and gimbals, a specific workout. And this is a workout that you can do at home, all right? You can do this with 10-pound weights. That's it. That's all you need, 10-pound weights. And it's about a 15 to 20-minute workout. You can do it 3 times a week. And eventually, your arms are going to get so strong that you will not ever have any problems with holding up your Glidecam. So when I first started using a Glidecam, I could maybe hold it up for like 2 minutes. Now I can go well over 6 minutes. So that's quite the improvement. I also developed a way to, I know that after a while when we're holding our gimbals, especially with the two-handed gimbals, the dual arms, our backs start to hurt. So I developed a method to stabilize our back muscles. That way we can have, it's actually a technique by putting in your elbow into your side and holding the Glidecam that way. Because if you're shooting an important scene, you don't want to set the Glidecam down so you can rest. You need to hold it for as long as you can. And by tucking in your elbows, you're able to get a minute or 2 left of holding that Glidecam before your back just completely just says, drop it. I'm in so much pain. So in this Glidecam workout, I've developed a way to strengthen your arms. You're going to see results within 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I promise you. And I'm going to give you a diet plan as well, because in order for the muscles to grow in your arms, you have to get a sufficient amount of protein. So I'm going to give you all of this information, guys. This is fantastic. I'm so happy you asked that question. It's exciting. So this is going to be a home workout. If you noticed, any professional Glidecam operator like Devin Graham, Parker Walbeck, they're all in good shape. They all have, good size arms. They're in very good shape. They're all athletic. They work out. So if you're someone who's new to Glidecams, you have to be training your arms. You have to be training your back. You need that extra support. Not all of us can get a vest system. Not all of us can afford that. And by the way, having a vest system and having more accessories, that makes it very difficult to travel. You have to rely on your arms. You have to rely on your back. And I will be showing you this. This video will come out, I think, in 2 weeks. I'm still putting in the finishing touches on what I want to do in the video. But I will show you how to get stronger arms, stronger forearms especially, because your grip all comes from your forearm. The bicep actually doesn't do as much as the grip, as much as the forearm. But having a good bicep is important as well. And I don't mean to gloat, but one of my first trainers that I've ever worked with, he was a Mr. Olympia in 1983. So he trained me, and I had another trainer from Bulgaria. He's an NPC champion. He was one of my trainers as well. And I've also had a female trainer who was also another NPC competitor. And yeah, it's an NPC stands for National Physique Competition. So this is good. So I have some knowledge I want to give you guys. This is not only about filmmaking. This is also how you can live a healthier lifestyle. Because I noticed a lot of people who are in film, they're not that healthy because they don't sleep and they don't eat. And those are the 2 most important things that you need in order to be healthy. A lot of camera operators are miserable because they don't get enough sleep or they don't eat. I've been on sets. I've been on a lot of professional movie sets, and a lot of the people that I've seen in the crew are very unhealthy. Very, very unhealthy. So in this Glidecam workout, I'm going to give you a specific arm training routine, a diet plan, and I'll give you just some advice on how you can get some more sleep in. Because if you have a 12-hour shoot, you have to have the rest. You have to have a rest. And sometimes these shoots go up to 16 hours. Most of the time, they actually probably do. Yeah, they go up to 16 hours. I've had a shoot start at 5 a.m. and end at 8 p.m. That's not 16 hours, that's 15 hours. But yeah, I've had to shoot like that, and I've had to use shoulder rig, which also takes a lot of arm strength and back strength, and we didn't use a gimbal on that one. But regardless, that video will be coming out in about 2 weeks. I'm just putting in together the plan for that. So yeah, sorry for the long answer, but that's my plan for that video. Any more questions, guys? I'm so happy that you're up here with me. 12:27 a.m. in Los Angeles right now. So, yeah. Howlin Wolf is asking, how was the Rob Riches shoot? It's fantastic, man. I already uploaded the video. I think it's already up to 50,000 views within just a few days. Rob uploaded it on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 2 days, got 50,000 views. It's pretty good. And we have the 2008 Mr. Olympia in that video, Dexter Jackson. So check it out. That's actually, that workout is phenomenal actually for arms as well. My workout will be a little bit different because it will be a home workout. So it's going to be slightly different. I know a lot of people don't have gym memberships. Either they don't want to go to the gym or they can't afford a gym membership. So I'm going to teach you like a 15-minute workout that you can do at home with a 10-pound weight or even with resistance bands. So this is something that you guys won't have an excuse to do. You won't have an excuse. So I don't want to hear any complaining, oh, I can't hold my Glidecam for long enough. Well, I gave you the workout, I gave you the plan, now it's time for you to put in the work. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Lord Ivos is asking, I saw one of your tutorials about Glidecam where you recommend to put the bottom of the handle on your palm first. It kind of hurt after a while. Maybe a gauntlet would help. Alright, so let's talk about that. Let me grab my Glidecam. We'll talk about that for a little bit. Alright, so here is our Glidecam. Let me tilt down a little bit. Here's our Glidecam. Now, in my video, I've told people to take their palm, put the handle in the palm, then cup the handle. Right? So here's my grip. Now, after years of working out, I've developed calluses on my hands, and I've developed some, it's going to sound kind of gross, but my skin actually became thicker over here. So, because of that, the handle rests on that skin and actually acts as like a, you know, like a stopper, so the handle doesn't slip or anything like that. But even though you don't have that callus or that extra layer of skin or whatever, you can still accomplish a similar grip. Now look at how I'm gripping it. Notice how I'm not letting it slide down to here. All right? I'm actually putting the handle down about halfway and getting it right into the meaty part of my palm, the meatiest part that you have, and then cup it. And see how I'm gripping it. I have my pinky, my ring finger, my middle finger at the bottom of the handle, and then I have my thumb near the top, and my forefinger right next to the thumb on the other side. Okay, this is how I grip it, and I feel like this gets a lot of the pressure off of your forearm, and it mainly focuses on the muscles in your hand right here, your grip muscles. So this is important. This is a very important tactic here. So it shouldn't hurt. Maybe I should have mentioned this in the video. Maybe I should have went more into detail on how you should grip it. But this is how I grip the handle, and this is how I do it. Instead of gripping it like this, where you're using a lot more of your forearm is going to start aching pretty quickly. It's going to start tiring out. So that's how I grip it, and eventually, over a longer period of time, you'll start developing a callus on your hand that will help you hold your Glidecam for longer periods of times. All right. So I hope that answered your question. Howlin Wolf is saying, Happy Independence Day, by the way. Happy 4th of July. Yeah. Let me turn on my fan. I'm pretty hot. Yeah, so happy 4th of July. What are your plans? It's an American holiday. Everybody else still has to go to work tomorrow. But us Americans, we don't. We are off. Hi, this is Manish from PhotoCanto. What's up, man? I believe you're from India, correct? Howlin Wolf says he's going to shoot some fireworks. Yeah, man, fireworks are cool. I already heard them where I live. I hear the fireworks already. I think people are testing them out right now. Apparently, rumor has it that on the 4th of July, drones are banned. So it's technically illegal to fly a drone on the 4th of July. Isn't that interesting? Anywhere in the United States, apparently it's illegal to fly a drone in the U.S. This is something I read on Facebook via an article. I don't know how true it is, but apparently it was posted by the FAA that we can't fly our drones during the 4th of July. Something to do with safety or whatever. But I don't know. Lord Ivos is saying wouldn't want to be hit by a firework, right? Yeah, definitely not. That would be bad. But there is some unbelievable drone footage of fireworks. So people have done it. The drone literally went into the sky with fireworks like going right next to it. So obviously that drone pilot didn't care if his drone would go down because it was very close to. But the footage you got was phenomenal. Phenomenal footage. Check it out on YouTube. It should be available to watch. Yeah. So any more questions? Any more filmmaking questions, guys? What do you have for me? Any issues with business? We can talk numbers if you want. I'm here at your disposal. Howlin Wolf, see you later, man. I'll talk to you soon. So yeah, if you have any like business questions or like client questions, like how I got some of my clients, don't be shy to ask. Don't be shy to ask how I'm able to afford the equipment that I have. Like I'll show you exactly how I'm able to afford it, and some of it's not pretty. In a sense, there is debt involved for a little bit, but eventually the way I'm paying things off, the debt goes away pretty quickly. You just have to be consistent. PhotoCanto is saying he's waiting on the tutorial on Hyperlapse. As soon as I get my new gimbal, which should be hopefully later this week, I will do a tutorial on hyperlapsing. PhotoCanto is saying that he's looking to make a city tour in Hyperlapse. That's fantastic. That's really cool, man. Yeah, I wanted to go to Santa Monica on the boardwalk and do a hyperlapse there. I think that would be pretty cool. There's a lot of people there, so I think that would add to the cool hyperlapse. And yeah, I don't know if the Zhiyun crane does time lapses. Maybe that's something that I might be able to do, but I ordered the Zhiyun crane. And maybe it can do time lapses. I'd love to have a gimbal that can allow me to do time lapses. That'd be cool. Lord Ivos is asking, I'm looking to start filmmaking more seriously, but still training. How did you get started? How did I get started? Originally I was going to be an electrical engineer. I was studying for it. And I picked up my first little camcorder that my mom stopped using. And I just went around, started filming random stuff. And then I would come home with that footage. I would use Windows Movie Maker and Corel Video Studio when I had my Windows PC. And I would click on this button called Make a Movie. And literally the video program would make... literally the program would make a music video without me doing anything, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So after I found out that Corel can do something like that, I wanted to see if I could do it myself manually. Then I got into video editing. Then I saved up a few bucks. How did I save the money? I'm trying to remember what my first job was. My first job, but this was when I was 13. Now let's skip forward a few years. My first job. My first job was actually a wedding I shot, and this was actually with a more professional camera. So I'm trying to remember how I raised the money to get that camera. I think I saved up from birthday money, and just anything else that I could scrap up. I was 18. I can't. 18. Yeah, I did have a job. I was working for a company where we were shooting music videos for kids' birthdays. That was my job. I was working there for a few years, and that was a pretty fun job. And I was making a few $100 every week, and I was able to save up at least, for a decent HD camera, and I bought the Canon XF, not XF. I forgot the brand, but they don't make that camera anymore. But it was a pretty good camera. I had a 1/3 inch CMOS sensor, and the picture quality was phenomenal. So I used that to film my wedding. Got paid $150 for that wedding. It was a cheap price I gave her. I didn't even know how to price my stuff, my shoots. So I made $150 there. Then I got recommended to a few other more clients. Made a few other $100 more. Then I upgraded to a better camera, 5D Mark II, and then that's when work started picking up. Then I started launching a YouTube channel, started uploading tutorials, started gaining momentum on my YouTube channel. Then I started getting noticed on other brands like Think Tank Photo, Cam Gear, Plastic Case. So I've been getting noticed, and I've been getting equipment, sponsorships. So it's been a ride. And I'm still learning, and I'm still growing. So my journey has not even hit the tip of the iceberg yet. There's so much more to do. So yeah. PhotoCanto is asking how to get new clients. Fantastic. Good question, PhotoCanto. If you want to get new clients, you're not going to like the answer, but it's an answer that's going to help you grow your business. And that is work for free. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like working for free too much. However, you're getting the experience that you need to become better. 2, you are getting the exposure. 3, through that exposure, you're getting the connections. So work for free, but don't work for free for anybody. Work for free for people who actually have a following that people know. That's how I started. I started going after the big fish, like Vern Troyer. Well, Vern Troyer, I didn't. Yeah, Vern Troyer. He's the actor from Austin Powers. I worked with him. My first time working with him, I did it for free. I didn't charge him. I wanted him to know how I worked and to see if he liked what I do. He liked it, and then we got onto a payment plan. So, and that's the same thing with all the other clients. Laura Clury, for those of you who don't know, she's over 3 million followers on Facebook. It's unbelievable how much she's grown in the last year. She's that funny lady that does those Snapchat filters, that does those funny pickup lines with her husband, Steven. So yeah, she's one of my clients as well. Rebecca Black was a client. I also worked with her for free, just to get her attention, and then we arranged a payment plan as well. So that's how you start getting noticed. You go after clients who have a big following. But here's the thing. Once you have enough of those clients, like once you have 5, 10 clients that are pretty high profile, you don't have to work for free anymore. You don't. Just to build your portfolio. Build your portfolio, Then once you have that portfolio, no more free gigs. That's it. No more. Then you start charging. Because now that people see that you're credible by looking at your clients, you are able to build a salary. You're able to build a living. So that's how I did it. And I'm still doing it. Kevin is asking, hi, just wanted to ask if the Nikon D5600 is not bad for making films. I don't know anything about Nikon. So let's take a look at Nikon D5600. I'm going to take a look at the specs for you. We'll see what we're working with here. 24 megapixel camera. Crop sensor. Okay, so from looking at the specs, crop sensor, it's an entry-level camera, in my opinion. Frame rate 60 frames per second, that's good. Oh, okay, so it can't do 1080p at 60 frames per second. It can do 1080p at 24, 25. So it is definitely an entry-level camera. If that's all you can afford, then it's okay. It's just okay. I would rather get something like an RX 100 Mark III, which I think is a similar price. It's a lot smaller. It's more like a point-and-shoot camera, but you're getting better low light, better picture quality, and it's a vlogging camera as well. Sony RX 100 Mark III, $606. And I believe it also has a manual zoom option. But this is a point and shoot. If it depends what kind of gigs you want to work on and how seriously you want to be taken. If you're just doing YouTube stuff and you want to build content for YouTube and then show people what you made, get the RX 100. If you want to look more professional with a bigger camera, you know, the D5600 is okay. It's a decent camera, but $700 is a lot to invest in an entry-level camera, in my opinion. I'd rather get something a little bit more pro. I feel like the RX 100 is going to get you that, you know, that footage that you want. Let's see how much the Mark IV is. So used, you can get the Sony RX 100 for $599.95 on eBay. Used. So think about it. Really, really think about it. I think that the D5600 is too much for what it is. You know, it can't even do 60 frames at 1080p. You can actually find a better camera than the D5600, in my opinion, is the 5D Mark II. That one can't shoot 60 frames a second either, but it's a full-frame camera, and it's been used on so many films. Let's see how much the 5D Mark II is now. I had that camera, and I regret selling it. I was in love with that camera. Here we go. Used 5D Mark II for $695. Here's another one for $581. So you can get it used for a very good price, and you're going to get a better camera out of it. Hope that answered your question. Howlin Wolf wants to get a vlogging cam for YouTube. Yeah, so look at the RX 100 or look at the Canon G7X. I think the Canon G7X is slightly cheaper. Loves it. 63 brand new. Yeah, it's a great camera. It's a Mark II. Yeah, that's what iJustine uses. Okay, PhotoCanto is asking, as I am ready in the profession since not long, not a newbie, do you think I still need to, or can I do free stuff to get new clients, or is there any way to attract new clients? So, PhotoCanto, to answer your question, what kind of portfolio do you have? What kind of work do you have? In my opinion, if I were you, show your friends your work and ask them, do you think this is good? And I want you to tell them to be blunt and honest with you. Don't sugarcoat anything. Would you pay for this work? Ask your friends or ask strangers. You know, if there's somebody that you know, and like an acquaintance or something, you know, that you don't know too well, ask them for their opinion. Ask them to be blunt and honest with you, and I'm sure they will be if you ask them to. Now, if you want higher profile clients, as in you want to work with a celebrity, it's very unlikely that a celebrity will hire you right off the spot. They want to get to know you first. They want to see what you can do for them. They want to see your value. So that is when you're going to probably have to do a few gigs for free for them, because that's how you woo them. It's basically like fishing. When you try to hook a fish, you're trying to hook clients. So this is my method. I developed it on my own. It's worked. It's a proven method. It works. It really works. And even though I gave away the secret to hundreds of people, no one uses it. And it baffles me. It really does, because it's a proven method. I've made thousands of dollars, millions of views on YouTube because I did what I did. But people don't realize it for some reason, and it's baffling me. I created a 47-minute audio course on my website. Free audio course. I didn't charge a penny for it. I've had maybe 200 or 300 people listen to it, and they didn't take any of the advice in the audio course, and they're in the same position as they are in right now. Parker Walbeck, for those of you who don't know, he worked with Devin Supertramp on a ton of shoots. He worked for Devin for free. Look where he is right now. Look him up on YouTube. He's almost at 100,000 subs. He's worked with Ford. He's worked with a bunch of huge brands. He worked with Devin for free. Think about it. There is a pattern here, guys. You have to hook the client. You can't just expect them to pay you right off the bat when they're a high-profile client. It just doesn't work like that. You have to invest your time, your money into this. To make money, you got to spend money. All right? And you got to spend time. And you got to do it. You got to do it. Lord Ivos is asking, what are the differences when shooting on a Micro Four Thirds sensor, like a GH5, and a full-frame sensor? So a Micro Four Thirds sensor has a crop factor. Basically, a full-frame sensor is 35mm. Micro Four Thirds sensor, let me get the crop, I forgot the crop factor. So basically, if I use a 24mm lens on a full-frame sensor, that's a legitimate 24mm frame. However, if I put that same 24mm lens on a Micro Four Thirds sensor, there is going to be a crop involved, which means that it's going to be more zoomed in. It's because the sensor is smaller. Now the crop factor, I need to find out. I think it's 1 point. I know for the ASPC size CMOS sensors, it's a 1.6 crop factor. I forgot the crop factor for Micro Four Thirds. I'm going to find that right now. Oh, wow, it's a 2 crop factor. So, if you use a 24mm lens on a GH5 or a GH4 or any GH camera, it's actually going to be a 48mm lens. So 24 on a GH5 is going to be a 48. That's why they sell ultra wide angle lenses for the Micro Four Thirds cameras. So an 8mm will be a 16mm lens. So, and that's only one of the differences. The second difference is low light capabilities. So a sensor, like a Micro Four Thirds, anything smaller than a full frame sensor is going to get a lot less light, which means that it's not going to perform as well in darker situations. Third difference, depth of field. Because Micro Four Thirds sensors get a lot less light than a full frame sensor, you're not going to get that shallow depth of field that you can get on a full frame sensor. The more light that you get entering the sensor, the more depth of field you're going to get, the more shallow depth of field you're going to get, the more light data you're going to get, the more sensitivity you're going to get to light. And for me as a filmmaker, especially as a freelance filmmaker, I can't always carry around huge lights with me. I have to have a camera that can shoot phenomenally well in low light, which is why I went with the A7S, A7R2. I also have the GH4 as well. But those two A7 cameras that I have are my main shooters because of how well they do in low light. So those are the main differences. So yeah, 2-time crop factor. It's a lot. It's more than the ASPC or APS-C sized sensors. It's 1.6 for those sensors. So the crop factor is pretty big. It's 2 times. Howlin Wolf is saying, very true, I'm currently working with Mattel doing some freelance photography, but I want to get them to hire me as a YouTube content creator. Dude, keep working with Mattel. That's a huge client. Mattel. Damn. That's impressive. Good job, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And general rule of thumb, so basically what you're doing when you're working for free for a company like this, I've done it for a few casting agencies. I wanted to, meet different celebrities, so I interned for a few casting agencies. And I set myself a deadline, like 3 months. That's basically a typical internship. It lasts 2 to 3 months. If I don't see any results from the internship within 3 months, I leave. I don't stay longer than 3 months because I know that I'm wasting my time when I could be approaching another internship and gaining something from that. I've had that happen to me from a casting agency in Beverly Hills, and I left after 3 months because I just wasn't getting what I wanted. So you have to know when to walk away. However, you also need to know how to confront the person who hired you and say, hey, I gave you this, 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 and this. I was wondering if you have a job position opening up for me. Can you help me become a content creator? I gave you this, 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 and this. They have to see value in you before they hire you. If they don't see value in you, they're not going to care, and they're just going to be like, okay, they're going to brush you off. My internship, what happened was they did see value in me, but they didn't have a real job for me. They were a casting agency. They've worked with a ton of Viners, huge Viners, like 10 million followers. And I met these people, but they just didn't have a job for me to do with them. And I stayed a little bit longer, 3 months, and I just didn't see the results that I wanted, so I left. Unfortunately, they were great people too. I loved being there, but I needed to work on some other things. Howlin Wolf is saying, they pay me for photography, but I want to do some free videos to hook them. Do it. Hook them, man. A lot of fish in the sea, you got to hook them. Yeah, definitely. So if that's how, if you want to be big, if you want to have a following, if you want to have a great portfolio, don't think that it's going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3, oh, I'm going to get hired. No, it's going to invest. It's going to take a lot of investment from you. Not just money, but time. A lot of time. PhotoCanto is asking, how do you get sponsors? So that's another good question. So okay, so the split is like 70-30. So 70% of the sponsors I have right now found me through YouTube. 30% of the sponsors I have now was because I approached them. I asked them, hey, send me this product and I'll do a review for free. So basically it was like a trade-in. I'll give you this if you give me that. And they all agreed. So That's a pretty good deal. Sponsors want to see if you're legitimate, if you're credible, and the best way to do that is to have your work out in the open and to have people viewing it, to have people commenting on it, sharing it. If the company who's looking at your video notices this stuff, they're going to be like, oh, wow, this person has some good videos. And we're not just saying that. We're looking at the proof from the comments and the shares. Let's reach out to them and see if they're interested in reviewing some of our products or just using our gear and giving us shout-outs on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. So, boom. That's how you get sponsors. Don't be scared to reach out to them, though, too. Don't be scared. But YouTube has been an excellent way for me to get the sponsors that I have today. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would not have these sponsors. I gained my credibility from YouTube because of the following I have, the view count I have, the like to dislike ratio is really good. And you know, that's how I've been getting the sponsors I've been getting. Poland reached out to me, a company in Poland reached out to me. I have their gear already. I did a review for them. Very, very expensive equipment. They sent me $1,400, $1,500 worth of equipment to me. Massive. And they trusted me to make a good quality review for them. And that's exactly what I did. So I've had sponsors, a lot of them from China, Canada, USA, Poland. I have a new one coming in from Germany. So yeah, it's going. It's going, guys. Howlin Wolf says it's been 10 years. You've been working for Mattel for 10 years? Wow, that's fantastic. So have you been doing videos for them for 10 years for free, or are you just about to start doing videos for them? That's fantastic, man. Mattel for 10 years. That's a great gig. That's a really good gig. Howlin Wolf said that he started Instagram 4 years ago, got 50K followers. Wow. Only just got approached by Mattel to do some photography for their social media this year, but have always been dying to share. Wow, 50K followers. That's impressive. See that? Howlin Wolf is a prime example of what's going on right now. He gained credibility through Instagram because he posts his work. He has a portfolio on Instagram. Follow Howlin Wolf. Share your Instagram name so we can all follow. I think I'm following you though. I'm gonna check my Insta right now. Follow Howlin Wolf, guys, and take a look at what he's doing. And let's see where you are. What's your Insta name? Howlin. I'm gonna follow you right now. That's impressive. 50, that's a lot. Wow, 50.3K followers. Wow, look at these images. You're a doll photographer for Mattel. That's fantastic. They're very nice. Very nice photos. Yeah, these are high quality pictures. This is fantastic. And the lighting is spot on. Yeah, the lighting is perfect in every photo. It's fantastic. Check out Howlin Wolf, guys. Follow him on Instagram. This is a prime example of what you guys need to be doing. He got 50K followers, and he got the followers because of his good quality pictures and just the way he's been doing things, okay? Follow him. And he has more followers than me, all right? So this guy's been in the game longer than I have, and he has more followers than I do. So he's doing something right. So follow him and look at what he's posting. Okay? It's important that you don't just follow me or just follow a few people. You got to follow a ton of people. That way you can start noticing what they're doing, pick up on their game, not game, but pick up on their style of doing things and use it in your own business. That's how you grow. not just as a filmmaker, but as a business person too. Okay, follow, and you know, let's start a community together, guys. I want to follow you, follow me. Exactly. Howlin Wolf said that he found me through Instagram. Wow. Okay. Cool. Guys, what are all of your Instagrams? Let's follow each other right now. Share your Instagrams. Let's all connect on Instagram. Don't expect to just be on YouTube. I want to follow you guys on Instagram as well. That's fun. We're all buddies now. Howlin Wolf is saying, since I've been wanting to do YouTube for so long, I was looking for different guys who know their stuff when it comes to filmmaking. Awesome, man. See that? Howlin Wolf took action. Action. PhotoCanto. Lord Ivos. I'm following you guys right now. Give me a second. Share all of your Instagrams with me. Here we go. PhotoCanto. There you are. Cool. I followed you. Who else is here? Cyvest91. Guys, if you don't have an Instagram, get an Instagram. Instagram is a crucial part of getting your credibility. The more social media accounts you have, the better. The more likely you are in getting discovered by somebody. Instagram is an unbelievable tool. It's not just for fun, you know, looking at pictures or stories. It's a tool. It's a marketing tool. A lot of people have been noticed on Instagram. A lot of people. Cyvest91, following you. Who else we got here? T.Matt underscore Vision Z. T.Matt. I want to see your guys' work, so I'm going to be following you. Make sure you post good work, because whatever you post on Instagram is there for the world to see, and it should not be on private. Your Instagrams should not be on private. At least have one private account and one public account. Again, as I said before, Instagram is a tool to use to get noticed. Wow, T. Matthews Photography. Fantastic photos, dude. Wow. Did you take these yourself, man? This is fantastic. Wow. See, I'm not that great of a photographer, so I'm going to learn something from you, man. I'm going to learn something from you. I never was into photography. I never took it seriously, but there you go. I have somebody who's better than me. I have multiple people. Howlin Wolf is an excellent photographer too. So this is fantastic. Wow, this is really nice. J Baldwin, Envision underscore self. Yeah, check out Howlin Wolf's photos as well. Check out Lord Ivos and PhotoCanto as well. I want to start seeing some good stuff on Instagram, guys. Not that you don't have it already, but I want to see like new posts. Try to post at least 5 times a week. Search engines scan everybody's profile to make sure how active they are on social media. So that's a huge part. Keep your profiles active. Okay. Who else we got here? J Baldwin. I think I followed you already, didn't I? Envision underscore self. Okay, here we go. On yours too. Nice, man. Fantastic. Look at this. We're all buddies now. Nice. So we have quite a few photographers here. We really do. And it's great because I'm not a good photographer, so I'm going to be learning from you guys. You know, that's great. It's fantastic. See, there you go. This is all about building a community, guys. That's why I do these live streams. You know, that's why I made this YouTube channel. I want to build a huge community of people that we can just, you know, hang out. Even though we don't really, you know, we haven't met each other in person. We can just hang out, talk about stuff. Momentum Squad. Nah, we got to come up with another team name. Not just Momentum. This is something bigger. You know? We'll call it YouTube Squad for right now. But, yeah, guys, this is all a network. You know, this is how we build. And I'm going to be learning from you guys just as much as you'll be learning from me. So, you know, this is a two-way street. Wow, an hour going on this live stream. Fantastic. Now, there's a few more people watching this live stream who are not posting their Instagram. And I'm wondering why, because this is an excellent opportunity for you to market yourself. I'm giving you free space to market yourself in front of all these people. Yes, there's only 8 people watching, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to leave this live stream up, and it's going to get a few hundred more views, at least. And where's your Instagram? People won't be able to follow you. So make sure you post it. It's a great way to market your work, market yourself, market your business, all that good stuff. So let's talk about some scheduling stuff. Tomorrow morning, the next 2 days, I'll be releasing 2 new videos. Tomorrow morning, I'll be releasing a video on, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but tomorrow morning, I'm releasing a video. The next morning, on Wednesday, I'll also be releasing a video. So I'm uploading a ton more content now, guys. A ton more. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna be pounding out these videos. I want my statistics to go up. I want my views to go up. So and I want more people watching my content. So I'm gonna be posting a lot more, probably between 3 to 5 times a week instead of just once a week. And I've talked to a lot of YouTubers who've done 20 videos a week, and I'm already like stressed out from doing 3 to 5. YouTube is stressful. It's very stressful, but you only have to do that crazy upload scheduling in the beginning. Once you get your following down, you can set a schedule for when you're going to release new content. Howlin Wolf, 50K subscribers soon. Yeah, man, that's my next milestone. So if you guys can share this channel with your friends, the more subs we get, the better. Seriously. Lord Ive was saying, one thing I'm not too fond of on multiple posts on Insta is that when you want to put 2 or more videos in one post, they are only square size. Oh, I'm sure they're going to fix that soon. Just like videos only used to be square, now they're the proper resolution. They're going to fix that as well, so don't worry about that. Give it another month or 2. A lot of things on Instagram are still in beta. For example, the stories, when you swipe up to check out a link, that's still in beta. Not everybody has access to that feature yet. So they're still testing out some things, but it will be soon. Don't worry. I want to see people posting their social media. We need to be following each other, guys. This is a community. It's not about me. It's about us, okay? So post your social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Post it. Don't be shy. I'm not sleepy, so I'm not going to go to bed anytime soon. We're just going to hang out, talk about some stuff. I'm going to a BBQ tomorrow for 4th of July. That's my schedule. I'm not doing any bit of work tomorrow. Not one bit. I'm probably not even going to turn on my laptop tomorrow. And it's a part of being a hard worker. You have to know when to say, okay, I need rest. And that's important, guys. A lot of people out there don't realize how important rest is. You wake up with a clear mind, and you're able to approach the day properly. Yeah. So, any more filmmaking questions, guys, that we can talk about regarding equipment, regarding money, social media stuff? You know, don't be shy. I'm here for you. Oh, my neck. Said that he just had some coffee. Yeah, man. I used to, until I got a physical done, I went to a doctor 2 weeks ago, and my issue was I replaced. I did it without noticing. I replaced drinking water with coffee, which is the worst thing, worst thing you can do. And he said I was really dehydrated, and it was affecting my liver and kidneys. So I'm drinking a lot less coffee now and drinking more of this water. Howlin Wolf is asking, how do you find your YouTube persona? That's a good question. To be honest, when I started off my YouTube, I'm a lot more professional on YouTube than I am in reality. And around my friends, I'm a complete goof. I don't take things nearly as seriously as I do on YouTube. YouTube, I considered it as a public domain. You know, I have over 16,000 subscribers. Anybody literally can look me up on Google and generate a first impression on me. So I knew that I had to be professional. Rob Riches is the same exact way. He's very, very professional. And you never know, these sponsors that approach us, a lot of the reason why they approach us is because we are professional on camera. We don't cuss. We don't say things that are offensive. So I knew that if my channel were to gain momentum and to gain some sort of traction, I would have to be professional. And that's just me. When it comes to making, I knew I wanted to do tutorial videos. I knew I wanted to do review videos. And I know that if I'm really goofy on camera, I might have some bad slip that I will regret later on. So by being professional, I won't have those slips, and I will continue having a proper persona, a professional persona, one that I can be proud of with no regrets on YouTube. So that's how I found my persona. Thomas shared his Instagram too. Falcon Drone with an H. Very cool. We're going to check it out. Howlin Wolf is saying, I want people to take me seriously, but I don't want to come off as too professional. Most of my followers are kids, young kids. Yeah, so here's the thing. There's definitely a line. In some of my videos, I'm a little bit goofy. Too professional is boring. You do want to share some sort of your goofy side in you. I believe everybody internally has a goofy side, no matter how serious you think you are. There's always something that makes you laugh and makes you smile. It's good to see that on YouTube, because that way people know that you're not a robot and people know that you are a human. A lot of people that watch vlogs, especially the younger generation, the reason why they love vlogs so much is because they see the person, who they really are. And that's what it is. A lot of vloggers today, what their biggest issue is right now is sharing their private life for the whole world to see. So vloggers are having a really difficult time finding that border between professionalism and they're private. I'm saying it wrong. They're not finding the proper dividing line between being public and private. That's what I meant to say. So a lot of the private life is going up on YouTube, Twitter, any social media, and that's a problem. That's a problem. You have to find the dividing line. So show professionalism with a little bit of your your own humor, your own charisma. I feel like that's an important twist, an important merger in order to create a successful YouTube channel. Don't be a robot. And a lot of people, especially drone tutorials that I've noticed, a lot of people, and filmmaking tutorials, a lot of people are robots. And that makes me click off the video faster than anything. Howlin Wolf says that he's never posted a selfie on my Instagram. Don't be shy to do that, man. Don't be shy. People want to see the creator behind the created. Curiosity is key, right? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we've been online for a while, an hour and 11 minutes. So I'm going to call it a night. I'm not on coffee like Howlin Wolf is, but I already start to feel my eyes slowly close. And I hope everybody has a great 4th of July. For those of you who are not in America, have an amazing Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you are. And stay tuned for my video. I'm releasing it at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, we'll answer one more question. T-Matt Visions, I'll answer your question. He's asking, so as far as getting sponsored, do you reach out to their website or Instagram? Both. Both. I reached out to both. However, Instagram is a little bit more tricky. And I'll tell you why. With Instagram, there's this thing where if you send somebody a direct message, it shows up in their message requests, and that folder of messages rarely gets opened. I've sent so many of those messages and people never even seen it. So I strongly suggest actually checking out and finding their email and sending it via email. The response rate is always higher through email than it will be through Instagram, because the DMs get sent to their message request folder, and that folder rarely gets checked. So keep that in mind. All right? So I hope that answered your question. All right, guys. Well, I'm off to bed. I'm preparing for the delicious food that I'm about to eat tomorrow. And hopefully you guys will too. And I will talk to you soon on my next video and my next live stream. All right, guys. Talk to you later.